It's Wednesday. So I wanted to just take a moment and touch base and connect on how the last couple of days have been. Have had a couple of days of in and out of feeling sad with my situation and then feeling excited about new possibilities, feeling a little overwhelmed in moments and then feeling completely and totally relaxed in other moments. So it's an interesting thing to have such contrast and dichotomy that can sometimes occur so quickly. And I'm certainly very aware, as many of you probably are, that it is less about what's going on the outside that creates that as much as it is what's happening on the inside. And it's that ability to recognize that if we don't catch our thinking in the process of thinking, is that then the thinking will eventually create a response in the body, which then becomes how we feel. And that when we feel a certain way long enough, we will interpret that feeling as a reinforcement of whatever it is that's going on in our minds. So we need to learn how to be able to, it's as simple as change your thinking and change your experience. So I'm working really hard at catching that. An example somebody gave once was, it's like a deer could be chased by a coyote and it's life-threatening, and they'll run in fear and they'll literally run for their lives. And if they escape the pack of coyotes, within a couple of hours, maybe even less, they'll be comfortably, quietly grazing again, just taking care of themselves. Whereas we as humans have more difficulty or less capacity to be able to do that. Is that energy of that attack will continue and go on and on and on. And if it goes on long enough, then eventually the body starts to break down and sickness, illness, and disease and all sorts of things show up. So very aware that my task and my job for myself over the last few days and the next few days is to continue to work hard to manage my state, and to do that, to be very mindful to catching what it is that I'm thinking and what's running through my head. Had a little time last night sitting with Catherine, and Catherine's been trained in a process called the Wish, and I had a bunch of questions that I thought if I could ask those questions of Chris, it would give me some sense of peace. And because that wasn't an option, she said, well, let's ask you those same questions and just turn those back onto self-reflection, which of course is another way of working the concept of mirroring and really starting to understand how it is that people and situations just mirror back to us what isn't healed and what's not working. And so one of the things I realized is that in addition to that core negative belief of not cherished and not worthy and deserving, is the whole piece around just care. And so today was a lot about care. I went and saw my hairdresser. I went to the gym. I'm starting a program to shift some of the things in my diet that I know are creating sensitivities based on some biofeedback. My son and his stepmom are doing a process of working with a machine that scans the energy body. And so I had that done and just working with the energy of what is. So thought for the day is notice what you're noticing. You've heard me say that before. So notice what you're noticing. Be aware of what you're thinking, and remember that thoughts start in the brain and feelings happen in the body. Wisdom, knowledge is in the brain and wisdom is in the body. So get those two things working together and you can shift virtually anything in your life. So thank you. See you soon.